My dinner, Chrissy.
Oh, hey, Fiona. Your dinner?
Yes, my dinner. Where is it? I'm hungry.
Well, I don't know why you're asking me. I have no idea where your dinner is.
I don't need you to be sarcastic here. You're supposed to be making our meals. Where are they? Are you trying to starve me to death?
Wouldn't that be lovely?
Oh, just hush. Get over here and make me something nice and quick. Right now. I'm not waiting for you. I don't have all day.
If you're that hungry, then why don't you make something on your own? And I'm sorry, but I don't recall being in charge of the meals at the house.
Of course you are.
Since when?
Since you got married to my brother and started living with us.
I don't remember having this conversation at all. Besides, I'm at work right now.
At work? What are you still doing there? It's past 6 p.m.
Yeah, I told you that I'd be back home at around 9 p.m. tonight.
No, you never told me. Why would you be back so late? A wife should always be at home before the husband returns. Who are you seeing? You better not be seeing another man behind my brother's back.
No, Fiona, calm down. I'm having dinner with my clients tonight, and that won't end till 8-ish. Since it'll take about an hour to get home, I'll be back by around 9 p.m. So go ahead and have dinner without me.
Who's going to make my dinner then? Hurry up with your work and get over here.
I can't just leave a dinner meeting just like that. Liam should be home soon, so he'll be cooking something tonight.
Liam? You're making Liam cook tonight?
Yeah, he offered. Why? What's the problem?
Chrissy, here's the problem.
Okay, I'm listening.
Liam is my brother and he is also your husband.
Right.
He shouldn't be cooking dinners for us. That should be your responsibility. That's your role, seeing as you're his wife.
Right. But if I'm too busy with work to cook, then he can cook. Isn't that fair?
No, of course not. I'm telling you now, you need to change your ways. The husband always wears the pants in the house. The wife should just be a good housewife and take care of the house. The husband is the breadwinner and the wife is simply a wife. That's the way it has always been. Tradition speaks for itself.
I mean, that's definitely an outdated way of thinking, though.
Then, outdated, so be it. I'm just giving you my piece of advice here. All right?
Uh-huh. Well, thank you, but no thank you. Liam and I both work, so we try to do things fair and square. That's our way of doing things, if that's okay. And either way, I'm working late tonight, so I won't be able to make anything at home.
Ugh! Listen to yourself! Speaking back to me like that?
You're just my husband's older sister. I think I can speak to you any way I want.
Just hush your mouth!
No, I won't. Thank you very much. I'm coming home late tonight, and that's that.
Fine, then quit your bloody job.
Excuse me? Quit my job? What does that have to do with cooking dinner at home tonight?
Well, that's what's holding you up here, isn't it?
Well, yeah, for tonight. Quit my job? You're crazy.
That's what I said. Just quit already.
No way. I like what I do. And besides, Liam is okay with me working as well. It's not for you to decide this, is it? Also, this is providing us more income for us to put towards the family and the house. Wouldn't you rather have that than have me sit around the house all day, every day, doing nothing?
Well, who said you won't be doing anything around here? You know that my mother needs a lot of help around the house. Poor her. Look how frail she's become over the last few years. In fact, it's probably since you moved in with us that she started to become weaker. You don't take care of the house enough, and that probably adds to the stress for her. Poor thing.
What's your point?
My point is, my mother needs help around the house. So you either quit your job and help her around the house as well as taking care of everything here, or manage your work and family life better so that you can make our meals and pay the bills. Otherwise, what use do you have around here?
That's a really horrible thing to say, Fiona.
And what are you going to do about it? You're living in our house, so you either follow our rules or out with it.
Well, the reason why I'm working so hard is so that we can build an even bigger house for all of us to live in, right? We would need more money, so I think my income is helping out substantially. I know that Liam and I are working really hard for it.
Well, you better work hard and be a good housewife at the same time then.
Excuse me? Who do you think is putting in the money for all the food here? And all of the everyday things that we need around the house? I put in more than half of my monthly income towards it.
Well, you better be. That's a given, seeing as we're letting you stay at our house. You should be grateful that we're even letting you stay here.
Excuse me, but this is not your house. This is your parents' house. They're the ones who offered to let me stay here. I don't think I owe you anything.
Ugh, look at the mouth on you. Listen, Chrissy, let me put you in your place. You're my brother's wife, i.e., an outsider and not related by blood. And it just so happens that you're living with your husband and, unfortunately, with us, too.
Yes, that is very unfortunate.
Excuse me?
Nothing. Never mind.
Anyway, you are living in my parents' house. In other words, my house.
Whoa. Hold it right there. Just because it's your parents' house, that doesn't mean it's your house, does it?
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Now, if you'll let me continue. So your role here is to not only be a good wife to Liam, but be a good in-law to us. Do you understand that?
Excuse me?
What? Do you have something to say to that? Or do you want to disrespect us that badly? Because that's what it sounds like.
I'm not disrespecting you here. And besides, like I said, I'm paying my bills to live in that house that your parents offered. This is crazy. And no, I don't get it. I'm doing everything that I can to make you guys happy at the house. And as far as I can tell, everyone else seems to be doing their part at the house except you. If I cook the meals, then your parents both offer to wash the dishes. On some days, they do the laundry, and on some days, I do. It seems like you're the lazy one who gets away with not doing anything around the house. You know that's true.
How dare you? I'm their daughter. I have every right to feel comfortable at my own home.
Yes, I agree. But if you don't do anything, then stop telling other people what to do at home. I also have every right to relax at home, too. And besides, I have some news for you.
What do you mean?
I know I haven't told you yet, but I'll be taking some time off of work as of next month.
What? Time off work? Why on earth would you do that? Who said you could stop earning for the family?
Well, nobody told me to do anything, Fiona. This was my choice I made after talking to Liam. We decided this together.
Why?
I'm pregnant. I have a baby to take care of now.
What? Why?
What do you mean, why? Aren't you happy about this?
Happy about you not providing for the family?
I guess I should have expected you to act like this.
Why would I be happy for a baby when we have more pressing issues here? You've got to keep earning for us to build a bigger house, remember?
So, that's your priority over a baby? Are you not in the slightest bit looking forward to becoming an aunt?
Hold on a second. It's not like you're going to give birth right away, is it? When are you due?
If things go as planned, then next summer.
See? You have plenty of time then. Why don't you keep working until a few weeks before you give birth? A pregnant woman is perfectly capable of living her normal life right until the baby comes, you know. This is coming from experience.
Well, yes, maybe. But I would rather be at the house taking care of everything than be stressed at work. A pregnant woman also needs to be as relaxed as possible. I'm sure you know, coming from experience as well.
But you can't do that. I won't allow that. You need to provide for the family.
Fiona, Let's get some things straight. 1 minute, you tell me to do more around the house. Then, the next minute, you tell me to keep working. What is it that you want me to do here? I can't be at both places at the same time.
You need to do both and execute both roles exceptionally well.
Well, I can't.
Yes, you can.
Why don't you work more then? Why don't you put more effort into paying more of the bills?
Why should I? You're the one living under my roof. This is my parents' house. In any case, you are to keep working and pay the bills as you are now, if not more. I won't have you take early maternity leave to relax and do nothing around the house.
Well, I've already planned this with Liam, so no can do.
Oh, no, you won't. Not if you get an abortion.
Did you really say that? What the hell? Are you telling me to get an abortion?
You don't need children just yet. You need to prioritize other things like building the house for the family. Once that's done, then you can start thinking about having children. That's the order of doing things, isn't it?
Says who? No! I can't believe you just suggested me to have an abortion. How could you?
You need to pay the bills, okay? If not, then I'm afraid you're going to have to leave the house.
Well, that's not for you to decide.
Oh, just you wait till I convince my dad.
Ugh. Fiona. Look, I know you don't like me at all. You've made that very clear from the beginning. But to tell me to get an abortion is like telling me to kill my baby. You've crossed the line.
And what?
You're the worst human being I've ever met. Look, I understand that you want me to be a certain way and do things your way here. Maybe you want me to be the wife that you could never become. Isn't that right?
What are you trying to say?
Well, look at you. You left your own child and husband to live here. You abandoned your own family. Don't you think that says a lot about who you are?
You have no idea how tough it is to raise children. And you certainly have no idea what goes on in my family. No idea.
Well, it might be tough, but neglecting your own child, cheating on your husband and getting caught like that. Look at you now. You've lost everything. You lost your husband, who took custody of Mary, and you're not even with the guy you had an affair with.
Shut up, you cow!
Just stop talking! Don't you have to pay for Mary's child support on top of the settlement fee for your poor old ex-husband? Is that why you're so uptight with money? Because you can't even pay your own bills, let alone for whatever else you have to pay for.
Oh, just shut up. Enough. How would you know what it's like to pay for everything that I pay for?
Well, I know that you're using your dad's retirement money to pay things off.
What?
I bet it's true then, huh?
What do you know? You don't know anything.
Can I just point out that this house you claim is yours was originally meant to be for me and Liam anyway? Your parents were planning to have us move in. Not you. It's only because you got divorced and had no place to go that you came to live in that house. So you're the one who should be more grateful that you have a roof over your head. Not me.
I'm just living with my parents. That's all, though, isn't it? There's nothing wrong with me living with my parents.
Well, you don't pay rent. You don't do the chores. You don't do anything. That's what's wrong.
Shut up, you cow.
I know you use your mom's credit card too, you know. I've seen you sneak it out of her wallet plenty of times. Maybe now is a good time to mention this, but you're a thief. And a thief has no right to tell me how to pay my bills.
Lies.
Lies? Oh, really now? Fiona, we all know you do it. Your mom knows about it too. You want to know why she doesn't mention anything? Because she feels sorry for you.
What the?
Yeah, in fact, we all do. Look at the poor state you're in. Divorced, no custody over your daughter, working at a diner for minimum wage. Of course we're just being nice to your face.
What are you saying?
But if you're going to continue to boss me around saying whatever you want, then get out of the house.
What? Excuse me? You're telling me to leave the house? Who do you think you are? You have no right.
I don't think so. The house is under Liam's name now. Your dad passed the asset to him, so it's his property now. Liam inherited it.
What? That's not true.
Ask both of them yourself then.
No.
So anyway, look, Fiona. You know what this means, right? If the house is Liam's, then him and I have the authority over it. Meaning it's our house, our rules.
What? That can't be true. I'm not leaving. Anyway, speaking of Liam, where is he? Why isn't he home yet?
Changing topics now, are we? Well, I've been texting Liam while texting you, actually. We've decided to go ahead with our plan in the end.
Plan? What plan?
What are you talking about? You're leaving our house by the end of this month.
Don't make me laugh. Oh, please, cut out the nonsense.
I told you I'm pregnant. I need to eliminate all the possible stressors, and you being a huge one, we think it's best if you moved out.
This is still my family's home too, you know. I have every right to be here.
Well, here's the main part of the plan. Your dad and your brother went to look for a nice little apartment for you to move into. The paperwork is all done, Fiona. All you have to do is collect the keys and move your things out of this house. To that one. We made it as easy as we could for you, okay?
Is this a joke? This has got to be a sick joke.
No, I'm afraid it's happening. We're kicking you out of our house. We wish you the very best.
You're crazy! I need to speak to Liam and Dad about this. Why aren't they replying to my messages? If you're holding them up, then stop texting them.
Don't make me laugh. See? If you moved out, you won't have to shout at me like that. Honestly, it'll be good for the both of us if you left. I'd be glad to not have to wash all of your dirty laundry as well. It's a win-win, don't you think?
Ugh! You better watch what you say or you'll regret it, Chrissy.
Look, I even made the down payment for you. All you literally have to do is get the keys and move in. You can pay me back later for it, okay?
What the? I never even agreed to this. This is illegal.
Well, it's 4 against 1. We all agreed to have you out.
What about my mom?
She agrees too, sadly for you.
What? Who's going to pay for the rent? I don't even know how much it is. You can't do this to me.
Well, you gotta pay for your own rent, Fiona. We made sure it was a reasonable amount for you, okay? You're in your 40s now. You should be able to live independently now, shouldn't you?
Look who's talking.
Well, in my case, it's different, isn't it? First of all, I'm more than 10 years younger than you. Secondly, your parents and your brother all offered me to stay with them. I'm more than happy to live with a lovely family. Except you, of course.
No!
I can't live with someone who wants my baby dead, can I? No one else does either. I'm afraid you have to go.
I won't let you get away with this. I swear I'm going to talk to Dad about this and make sure you're the one who gets kicked out. And see if I care. I'm not leaving.
I dare you, Fiona. I dare you to convince your dad. They all know about you telling me to get an abortion, and they sounded pretty pissed off if you ask me. So, good luck.
What the?
When Liam and his dad got home, Fiona cried and begged them to let her stay in the house. Her dad is usually quiet and taciturn, but he seemed to have a lot to say to his disrespectful daughter. I've never seen him get mad like that, and neither had Liam. Fiona was practically frozen in her expression. It seemed like he really reached the boiling point. Apparently, Fiona is now working double time to make ends meet and is living one hell of a crazy life. So much for her telling me to manage both my home life and family life. Let's see if she can do that, or if she'll be a hypocrite. Good luck to her. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it and see you in the next one.
Hey there, Jessica. How are things going between you and your boyfriend Navi these days? Are you guys out of the honeymoon phase yet?
What do you mean? Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason, I was just wondering. I've always thought you two looked more like student and tutor rather than boyfriend and girlfriend, you know. It just dawned on me the other day that you two have been together almost a year already, and it surprised me. What do you mean we don't look like boyfriend and girlfriend? Oh, stop it, you know what I mean. It's not like you never noticed, Jesse. I mean, look at you two. He's way out of your league. Navi is so drop-dead gorgeous. And I'm not just talking about his looks, his background too. Doesn't his family own like 5 Subway restaurants? Plus, Navi is a university-educated man, hailing from a family of doctors and successful business gurus. Whereas you barely got out of high school because you were too busy wallowing in your parents' divorce. I mean, there's not even a discussion, right? So naturally, you can imagine my shock when I heard you two were planning on something special for your 1-year anniversary. You must have him under some spell, huh? I don't think you're the one to tell me these things, Andrea. And do I need to remind you why I barely graduated high school? It was because you and Dad kept pestering me to get a job instead of wasting my time with college applications. Not because I was wallowing in my parents' divorce. Which, by the way, was all your fault, wasn't it, Andrea? If it weren't for you and your home-wrecking schemes, my dad would never have had to leave my mom. How dare you leave out these very important details and just paint me as a worthless child of divorce? Do you know how many nights I cried myself to sleep after you moved in and kicked out my mom and sister? Oh, please, stop being a whiny baby. That was ages ago already. Do you think I liked having you around? I had to let you stay because your dad told me he couldn't live without both his girls. He chose you because your little sister still needed to breastfeed. I took care of you, didn't I? I fed you, clothed you, and drove you to all your pointless lessons, didn't I? Seriously, who takes baton twirling lessons? Anywho, this little fun chat took a turn, huh? All I meant to say was that you're one lucky gal for scoring such a stud like Navi. You didn't have to twist my words, Jessie. I have your best interests at heart. Well, no, that's not true at all, is it? And this isn't the first time you try to gaslight me into thinking your insults were actually for my benefit. Not to mention, and this is pretty gross by the way, how jealous you get whenever I'm getting ready for a date with Navi. Did you think I hadn't noticed? How you linger in my doorway, offering unwanted advice on what I'm wearing, or how I do my makeup or my hair. Like you're the one to tell me what the newest fashion trend is? So what is it? Are you seriously jealous of me? Are you jealous of your stepdaughter? Why? Because she's about to get married to an age-appropriate eligible bachelor? Oh, honey, you sure do entertain yourself, don't you? Why would I be jealous of a pipsqueak like you? Nice try. My dad told me about how you came crying to him after your weekly visit to the psychic. Apparently the psychic told you that if Navi and I were to marry each other, one of us would meet an untimely death. So you came bawling your eyes out and told my dad he needs to put a stop to this marriage. Even my dad was taken aback by your unusual display of motherly affection. I doubt even he bought it. Honestly, Andrea, act your age, will you? Or I have no choice but to think you have a crush on my boyfriend. What? I mean, it makes sense, right? Given how you first came into this family. Taking someone else's lover is your talent, isn't it? You are one crazy tramp. You're right. It is a crazy, preposterous idea. It would be one thing for you to be jealous of me for living my best life with the best boyfriend in the world, and a whole other story if you were actually having a crush on a boy almost 20 years your junior. That is laughable. Oh my word, it's embarrassing, but so funny. Are you laughing at me right now? Do you think that is wise? Ha! You are in for a rude awakening. I wasn't going to tell you yet because I didn't think it was the right time, but it looks like telling you would be the kindest thing to do right now. What with you not knowing your place, making fun of me? I am pregnant, Jess. That's right. Who's laughing at who now? You're what? Oh, gross. My dad is 55 years old. How is that even possible? And am I supposed to have another baby sister or brother at age 27?
Your father's age has nothing to do with his chest. Grow up. I'm still in my 30s, and I'm still very much fertile. And don't you go assuming this baby is your father's either. That's disrespectful.
What is that supposed to mean? Oh, Christ, did you cheat on my dad? Again? Why are you still here then? Why don't you just leave us and let us be?
Shut up and listen, you little missy. I'm the grown-up and I'm talking. You know how I hate to beat around the bush, yeah? So here it is. I am pregnant with Navi's child.
Oh my God! You are absolutely mental. You, a 39-year-old former stripper, are carrying 27-year-old Navi's baby? Navi, who's not just anyone but your stepdaughter's boyfriend of 1 year? Can I screenshot this and post it somewhere? I need to share this laugh, oh man.
You claim to be so woke, but you really aren't, are you, Jessica? In this day and age, who cares how old I am and how old he is? And if it did matter, why would a young man in his prime choose me over you to begin with? Did your 26 years teach you anything? Love comes from the heart, not age or race or upbringing. Love is like a river, flowing freely wherever it wants to go.
Are you serious? This is not some kind of a sick joke. Does Navi know this?
You're the first person I told. I wanted to wait until the second trimester, but oh well. I will tell him soon. Like you said, I will leave your father once and for all and settle down with Navi as soon as I can.
And you know that Navi will be anything other than dumbfounded and disgusted. How exactly?
He has told me, on more than one occasion, that he loves how comfortable he is with me. Must have something to do with me being a warm, motherly person. I'm confident Navi will be pleased to hear about the pregnancy. I trust him.
Then what about my dad? Didn't you bulldoze your way into our family because your love for him was so untamable you thought you wouldn't survive without him?
Untamable love. Your dad was nothing but a stepping stone. Nothing more, nothing less. Besides, who's to say that he who once abandoned his wife for me won't do the same to me?
Exactly. Who's to say Navi won't betray you again somewhere down the road, just like he supposedly is betraying me for you now?
Navi's different. Don't you dare round up my Navi with the rest of the filthy men you might have known.
Your Navi. Wow. I think I'm really going to puke now. You're talking about your daughter's boyfriend?
Some daughter you are. You never once called me Mom, and whenever it suits you, I am Mom. I am Andrea when you want to pretend I'm a stranger, but when you need my position to be a focal point, you play the daughter card. You're nothing but a rotten witch.
Did you just call me a witch?
I sure did. You've been nothing but hostile and resentful towards me. Everything that's happened to you or your father, you've placed the blame on me. Every last bit of it. Your mom had no fault here, does she? She did everything right, but somehow your dad was tricked and manipulated into running away with me, did he? It was entirely my fault that your tight-knit family broke apart at the smallest nudge. What a tantrum you've thrown. I'm so sick and tired of it. Oh, you just must be so green with envy to see me getting all your man's attention. What does that say about yourself, though? First, your father chooses me over your mom and your sister, and your own happiness. Then your boyfriend, who everyone knows you've been trying to get to put a ring on your finger, to go and notice me. I mean, you've been trying for a whole year, but nothing. Then he sleeps with me one time, and bam, I'm pregnant with his baby. This is appearing that was meant to be. For your own sake, stop throwing another one of your tantrums and just accept your defeat.
Fine, you're right. There's no point in dragging out the relationship if what you say is true. And Navi really has chosen you over me. Why would I want to stay with him? I know better than that. But what about my dad?
What about your dad? We've already gone over this.
I mean, do you think my dad will let you go that easily? He cheats, gambles, and drinks like a fish. He's basically a self-made wannabe godfather. You think when he hears how you cheated on him with his daughter's boyfriend and got pregnant with his child, he'll say, okay, bye? My dad legit has connections to some of the most notorious thugs in the area. That's not something I'm worried about. There's nothing throwing a bit of money can't fix, especially your dad. He loves money. And you have the means to pay him off? Of course not at the moment, but once Navi and I are officially married, his family fortune will be as good as mine. I will be Mrs. Gupta, wife to the richest man in the thriving town of Greenville. And until then, I can always get out a loan or something. I have relatives who might be able to help me out. All I need from you and your dad is to just disappear from my life so I can finally start living my dream. As you wish, Andrea. Good luck. You little hussy. You've ruined my life. This is all your fault. What the what? You knew. You knew all along that Navi's family didn't have diddly squat, let alone multiple Subway restaurants. You've known all along he was lying. You set me up and watched me burn, didn't you, you little slut? How could you do this to me? After all I've done for you. Trying to be a good stepmother. You set me up! Navi is no university-educated man. Far from it. He barely graduated from a community college to look after his recluse brother. Because his poor parents are living off food stamps and clothing donations. Navi had to take care of his brother by managing 2 Subway restaurants. Not because they owned the franchise. Are you happy now? Are you happy now that you've ruined my life? Why are you barking at me? I don't remember forcing you to go after my boyfriend. In fact, I don't remember even introducing you to him. You assumed he was young and rich, probably confusing him with the other Guptas, which is super racist, by the way. You went after him. You tricked him, seduced him. That was all you, Andrea. When you brought him up last time, I was gonna break up with him because I'd found out about his juvenile record for assault. So I was just biding my time, looking for the safest, most natural way to end things with him so he wouldn't get violent on me. And then, like a miracle, you came along and snatched him up and made all my problems go away. I guess I owe you a thank you card. Sucks for you, though. What can you do? Why don't you just get a divorce and move on like you always do? Shut your trap. The baby's due any day now, and Navi and I have already signed our marriage papers. Do you think divorce is easy? And if you thought your father wouldn't let me go easy, Navi's gonna be 10 times worse. I am 9 months pregnant, working as a cashier as we speak because Navi demanded I meet my income quota. My God, in this day and age, who says things like that? But I'm terrified of what he might do to me or to this baby if I don't do what he says. Well, look on the bright side. It sounds like he hasn't hit you. Yet. That's a good start, right? He does care about you and your unborn child after all. Oh. He's already telling me I can only stay home for 2 weeks with the baby after he's born. Then I have to go back to work. What the hell am I supposed to do now? What do I do about this? You're asking me this? Why? I don't know what you should do with your life. Take him back. You're much younger and perkier. Seduce him and tell him you want him back. Nah. That was a pretty good joke, though. Bravo. I'm getting married soon, actually. I went to a class reunion a few months ago and met this guy who I've had the biggest crush on in 7th grade. His name is Adam, and apparently he's this super hotshot lawyer now at some firm downtown. He's still so gorgeous, I almost peed my pants. Do you want to see a picture? Anyway, we got to talking and one thing led to another. You know the rest. His parents were both very renowned professors or something, and they're already retired, traveling the world together. They bought Adam and me a cute little house by the river, so we were already living together. Like hell, I'm gonna take Navi back. That's just not fair. Why? Why are you so happy all the time while I'm so miserable? Why can't I ever have what you seem to have so easily? You ruined my mom's marriage. You made a single mother out of her and took away her other daughter. And then you cheated on my dad with your stepdaughter's boyfriend. What god would ever reward you for that? The nerve to even ask that like you can't understand it? Please, please let this be a final lesson to you and start really caring for your baby once it's born. For the baby's sake, please? Oh, don't lecture me. You need to give me back the money I paid your dad when I left him. Say what now? Why would I do that? Because you owe me. If it weren't for me, you would never have met this Adam guy. You said so yourself. So as a token of appreciation, you should give me that money back. I mean, I am grateful to you. You've been like a garbage pickup officer, cleaning the trash that was on track to mess up my life. So give me back my money. Part of the reason I have to work so much is so I can pay back the bank the money I took out to give your dad. Now that there are no rich parents whose fortune I can claim as my own, I need to go earn the money back, working 12-hour shifts. And it's all your fault. Again, I did not force you to do anything. Nothing was my fault except no, I can't think of a single thing. Nothing was my fault. You brought this on yourself, Andrea. You should deal with it. Goodbye. Andrea still had the nerve to call me up after a few months to ask for money yet again. This time she tried to use her newborn as bait, saying that she needed to buy a stroller, a crib, and lots of bibs. I told her I had nothing to give her and that she needs to stop calling me. She had broken up my once happy family, only to ruin us again some 10 years later with an even more inappropriate extramarital relationship. It is my opinion that she needs to accept the consequences of her own actions and face them head on for once. Maybe she'll have a moment of deep self-reflection and change for the better. As for me, I'm a newlywed living in complete bliss at the moment. Adam and I did rush a little bit to get married, so soon after our reunion, but sometimes when you know, you know. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more.